That's the case.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of your favorite raunchy podcast, as the adult-rated podcast that we know as Gaming After Dark. It is always a pleasure to be here. I am your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. It's Snoop Nukem in the room. It's going to be a great show tonight. We've got our fantastic panel, which I'll get to in just a moment. Let's get to those guys right now, as a matter of fact, and let's start off with the Mr. TD himself, Titan Drago, the man who brings that comment back to sense. Titan Drago, what is up, brother? Don't we even need to ask what game you've been playing? I'm pretty sure it was Smite, but what's happening, bro?
Yeah, that Kursk, which is a submarine game. You're like a spy on a submarine. It's really cool. I was a submariner, so I really like, I don't know, brings back a lot of memories. But other than that, what's up, everyone? I just wanted to start the show off this week by pissing off as many people as I can, okay? In one sentence, all right? Xbox is on top. PlayStation State of Play isn't even their own shit, and Nintendo may never earn another dollar from me again. Let's do it.
There you go. Yes, he's already got the chat riled up. There you go. How to do it in 30 seconds or less by Titan Drago. All right, and next we got our next panel member. Yes, the man with the giant lawn chair. He is the one, the only, the middle-aged game guy. I hear him taking a deep breath.
He's asleep in the lawn chair.
What happened to Meg? Where you at, Meg?
Someone call the hospital.
Meg seems to be some MIA. All right, well, we're going to have to come back to Meg. I'm not sure what's going on, but I think he was having some technical difficulties. It's either that or, it's either that or you let the kids out again. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, and he disappeared. So it sounds like he's having some technical difficulties. All right, there you go. Titan pissed everybody off so much you even got rid of the Meg in 30 seconds or less. All right. Well, if Meg can't make it back in time, I do want to say our guest tonight is definitely a man who can certainly step up to the plate. It's been a long time since he's been on the show, but we're happy to have him back. We know him as the Xbot 448, and the Xbox defense lawyer is in the house tonight. I don't think you'll have to put his lawyer skills on display as often as he does on Crossfire, but we're glad to have him here. So let's get over to his intro, and then we'll get back to Meg. So Xbot, how are you doing, brother? Glad that you could make the show.
What's going on, people? What is up, Noof? What is up, Titan? And I don't know, Mag, if you can hear me. What's going on? What is up, chat? Yo, it is great to be here. Yeah, Noof, I think this is, if I'm counting right in my head, there's been a lot of space in between them, but I believe this is the third time I have been on this show. I am really excited. I'm not as risque as you guys, so I hope I can bring a different twist to it than what you guys usually offer. But I'm excited, man. I am upgraded. I have a full OLED display now for a face. Yep. So buy me for $350, people. Come on.
I got out and got a QLED first. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I thought QLEDs were better than OLEDs. Maybe they each have their distinct advantages.
It's an upgrade. Shut up.
No, I seriously don't know. I was just thinking. But while you were talking, Xbot, I was like, man, you should leave the room and then come back, because you don't need that Xbox defense lawyer name up here anymore, man. You're in the home team. You're in the home crowd right now, man.
Mm-hmm. I got you, but I actually I really liked when Mooch started calling me that. Now, first off, anybody who follows Crossfire, you know, it's pretty much me against the world when it comes down to it. And I don't argue, I won't yell and stuff like that. But when he started calling me the defense lawyer and kind of started setting it up, I started seeing I just thought it was a cool name, and I'm going to run with it, brother. I am going to run with it to the end.
I like it.
All right.
I think I'm back.
You are back. It's good to have you here, Meg. You kind of disappeared on us there, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I did my whole fucking intro, and nobody heard it. And I can hear you guys. I'm like, why are they talking over my intro? That's weird. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting there like, why are they talking through my intro and they're laughing? And I'm like, how am I that funny? I haven't even said anything yet. And then I realized, oh my God, my little character wasn't doing the little dingy ding thing there, whatever, when you speak. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this PC tonight? But anyways, guys, Noof, good evening. Xbot, good evening. Titan Drago, good evening to you. And to chat, good evening to you. Yes, we got a great show for you guys tonight. So sorry about that little blip. It wasn't a Thanos blip, but you know what? It was a blip nonetheless. But anyways, let's get right into the show.
Dude, it would have been a Thanos flip if another member, because it would have been half of the podcast population. Another member disappeared when you disappeared. Then it would have been a Thanos flip.
I would have taken Titan Drago with me. If I'm going down, he's coming down with me.
Coming with me.
Yeah. I said, yeah, because Titan was saying I said something, yeah, how do you piss people off in 30 seconds or less? I said, look, it took you less than 30 seconds to get rid of Mag.
That's it. I walked off the show.
Oh, shit. Don't be dissing that Nintendo. All right. Let's catch up with the super chats before we get right into it, because we got a couple here early in the chat. And as always, Mr. Dependable, Doggy Dog 420 drops $1.99. Much love, panel and chat. Well, much love back to you, Doggy Dog. Thanks for being here, bro. Definitely one of our biggest supporters, and definitely one of Titan's biggest supporters. And we don't know, he's only got about 3, so he needs everyone he can get. Felix, he dropping $5 Canadian. Let's go. Absolutely, Felix. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if it's your first time here. It looks like a new name, but greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here. Good stuff, guys. And as well, I just wanted to shout out, obviously, the entire chat. You guys are fantastic each and every week. A lot of familiar names. I'll try to catch up with you guys all later, but I do want to let everybody. Oh, Papa Woody's in the chat. How about that?
Hey,
he's back.
He's back.
He's back. Papa Woody. But I just want to let everybody know this is the week that we're giving away another 6 month of Game Pass Ultimate, courtesy of Crazy Greek Dude. But you had to be in the chat last week. If you were not part of our live chat last week, you cannot be entered. I will name out the list of entries as we get closer to the end of the show. So stick around. So we're going to give away another 6 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, courtesy of our good friend Crazy Greek Dude, who happens to be in the chat. What is going on?
We need to change the name to the Super Happy Game Pass Podcast.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
People keep saying, yeah, you should
got
do that.
Game Pass, right?
That won't anger people.
Come on, Noof. You got Game Pass, right?
Anger people.
No.
He's real close. No, he's close. He can smell it.
That's why he's giving it away.
Oh, that's right. That's why we just give it away. That's right. Crazy Greek did. Nobody's baiting me in, baby. That's it. I'm holding.
Give me another 2 months with Noof, and you know.
Like, I'm not pressuring him at all. I'm not saying he can do whatever he wants, but I will say one thing. I was on another show, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they said to me, what do you think it'll take to get Nukem to go on Game Pass? I go, the minute he's broke. Everybody got a good piss out of that. But you know what, though? God bless you, Noof. Stand your ground, dude. Do whatever you want to do and make you you. Don't let these other clowns pressure you into it. Not even All for One.
What?
Well, speaking of clowns, there's a guy in the chat whose name is Master Clown X3. He was a huge supporter of our Good Morning Xbox on the weekend. Thanks for
Master Clown. He is also a member of my YouTube channel. Shout out to Master Clown, brother. Good to see you.
Master Clown's been all over the place, man. He was on your show, Noof, and then he was all over the ILP.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
He's making the rounds, this guy. Unbelievable. Well, we appreciate you guys being here. My good buddy Ryan Galloway is here. What's up, Ryan Galloway? Of course, Spider-Man 356, Timothy Dixon, Princess Zelda, Caper Grant, Casket Repair, Mass Hole is here. I love just saying that, Mass Hole. There you go. All right. Jesse Darby, what's going on? Bell Airy, you name it. Dragonheart. Oh, Yobi's here. Dragonheart Yobi. Yeah, there you go. I knew I could see that peace, love, life. What's happening, brother? How are you? Papa Witty, like I said, the list goes on. We'll catch up with you guys later, but let's get this show on the road because we got a lot of topics, a lot of stuff, and of course, our usual Ask Arnold. Mag is, of course, Tony Baloney is on standby. He'll be here later on, and so on and so forth. And we'll see what Titan's got up his sleeve with Drago's Corner. But yeah,
need a challenger.
Need a challenger.
Step up.
Yeah, do you want to step up Xbot? Do you want to go toe to toe with Titan?
Does he even know what it is?
Yeah, do you know what we do? It's basically kind of like an insult segment where you kind of have your go at Titan, he has a go at you, and then and then the chat votes to see who thinks won the round. You do the best of 3 rounds.
We will see. We will see. Let's get into the show, and then we'll see how I'm feeling, man. Because you're bringing me back to when me and my friends did your mama jokes to each other, and
yeah, exactly.
Eventually one friend would cry. You know what I'm saying? It gets to that point, you know. So
well, you can always start with your mama. You know that works too.
I started with yours. Oh,
he's set. He's all set.
There you go. See, the Xbox knows how to play this game.
He's already set.
Right.
He's all ready.
So set. Oh, it's gonna be a good show. I can feel it in my bones. Master Clowns, he's already dropping $20 in the super chat. Thanks again, Master Clowns. Appreciate it. Messy. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get right into it, guys. Let's start off with some fantastic topics as always. First topic of the evening is let's start out with the one that was kind of making all the headlines this morning. It's no secret we've kind of knew that Nintendo had some sort of new type of Switch in the works for some time, but we were a little bit shocked that during E3 week they did not announce anything. They let it bypass. Now I think we kind of know why, because this one just kind of came out of nowhere. And it was like, bloop. There's a new Nintendo Switch, but guess what? It's not really all that new. It just has a 7-inch OLED screen in it, and they're going to expect you guys to go hook, line, and sinker and spend a fortune on this fucker. So how do you guys feel about Nintendo's new OLED? Are you already pre-ordering? Can you wait to get going? I want to know how you feel. I can tell you how I feel probably in about 10 words or less. Not very impressed for sure. Let's find out how the panel and our guests feel about the new. And same in the chat, guys. If you are excited for it, great. If you're excited for it, press 1. If you're not excited for the new OLED Switch, press 2 in the chat. And let's find out the panel. And let's start with Titan. Titan, you always seem to have a few words about good old Nintendo. How do you feel?
Well, it's $350, and I'm just trying to figure out what the hell you're paying $350 for, man. Like, what? Like, you can get a decent sized OLED TV for $350. My God, this is insane. Like, I saw someone post on Twitter today. They were like, "Hey, man, you can get a freaking." You can hook up an OLED right now. Just plug it up to a TV, and they're right. It's like. What is Nintendo doing? It's like, my God, the laziest motherfuckers are over there right now, just running amok. Just fucking, it's a big joke. I hate it, man. Have it. I'm gonna come back to this one with some more stuff later on.
Yeah, like Crazy Greek Dude says, $50 more for double the storage and 0.8 more screen. So yeah. Sounds like paying more for when your girlfriend gains about 30 pounds. You know what I mean?
Food bill does go up.
Gig.
That's right. The food bill does go up. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Noof, does that 64 gigs, doubling the memory, does that make it a pro version?
Oh, baby, that's exactly what I can't wait to get, that extra 64 gigs. You know what I'm saying? Because on that 64 gigs, I could get like one character from the Call of Duty game downloaded on it. Yeah.
You're right.
He's not lying, people. He is not lying.
Have at her, man. Mag, Xbot, go for it, man. Knock yourself out.
Oh, boy. First of all, before I even get started, Princess Zelda, with your name and everything else, I apologize for what I'm about to say. But and the funny thing is, I actually just got a Switch Lite, about a week and a half ago, just for my kids because they were driving me nuts. And I got them a couple of games. But guess what? It stops there. It ain't happening. Nintendo I'm not going to buy a single fucking thing from Nintendo ever again unless it's half price and I buy it on Facebook Marketplace. I'll tell you right now, this is an absolute fucking travesty.
That means he's not buying Nintendo because I heard half price. It's not.
It's a mockery of a travesty of a fake sham.
Yes, thank you very much, Titan. Thank you very much. But let me tell you something. This is absolutely insane. The fact that they are doing these, it's not even, here's the funny part. It's not even an incremental upgrade. It's basically just aesthetic at best, right? Because you're getting it. Now, here's the part that almost made me drop my phone. It's an OLED screen that still does 720p. What is the fucking point of an OLED or an OLED, whatever, however the fuck you want to say it? How is that even remotely worth it if it's still, the resolution is still, I think it's 1280 by 720p? Are you out? Like, you've got to be out of your fucking mind. And the other thing is, Noof, up here in Canada, okay?
Yeah.
We also know that right now, I just checked it out, it's almost $500 up here with tax.
Jesus. I can buy a Series S less than that. Come on, man.
Yep, you could buy, and I did buy a Series S for less than that. Okay, I bought one for the doctor, actually, in the chat. By the way, shout out to the doctor in the chat. Yeah, I bought one for him, and it was less than that. And look at what the Series S can do, okay, in comparison. So, like, and people say, oh, you can't compare the two. Yes, you can compare the two. You know why? Because we're talking about price. Okay, we're not talking about the specs and everything. I mean, we could do that. That'd be an absolute fucking embarrassment for Nintendo anyway. But the thing is, and this is something that might be a little bit more controversial, and this is where the road I'm going down, and I don't give a shit. I'm going down this fucking road. I'll tell you right now that there is a revolt coming. Okay?
Yes.
Not now. It's going to take a little bit of time for everybody to come around. But let me tell you something.
But this is a push.
Let me tell you something. It's coming. And what's coming is this. The North American, European markets, whatever the hell, the people basically who are supporting Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, whatever, right? Okay, I'm not saying those other countries don't, but a lot of those other countries, especially the Asian countries, a lot of them are into the mobile gaming. Some of them have even moved away from Nintendo and go strictly mobile now. Okay, Nintendo's not doing the numbers they were doing before in those Asian countries. Okay, what's going to happen is this. It's the Japanese business model is going to die. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It is going to die. I'm going to stand on that hill, and I'm telling you right now, because the wave of the future is your Netflix, your Disney Plus, your Game Pass, eventually whatever Sony's going to do, if they do anything at all. But they're in hot water too. Spotify, all these kind of things are what's the wave of the future in terms of business. And you know what? Don't fool yourselves, kids. North America is the largest spending population in the entire world.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And when those people have adopted those business practices, and then they see now the Japanese way, look what they're doing. Incremental upgrades, absolutely raping everybody's wallets for decades. For decades. Let me tell you something. If anybody was old enough to remember the 90s, when it came down to like the Street Fighter, how many fucking Street Fighter 2s did they come out with?
Yeah.
9, 10, 11 before Street Fighter 3 came out?
Yeah.
And they kept doing that, and they kept raping people and raping people and raping people. Not raping people, but raping your wallet. But you know what I mean? They're raping your wallet. And then this is what was happening over and over and over again. And the thing is, and they're not dropping in price. Look at Nintendo now. 4-year-old, 5-year-old fucking games are still $80.
Oh, that's
Are you out of your
Nintendo.
mind? And then look at Sony. Look at the travesty that Sony's going through right now with their Ghosts of Bullshit director's cut, and their soon-to-be Death Stranding director's cut, and whatever other fucking director's cut, and the remake of the remaster of Last of Us Part fucking 1 for the third time. Let me tell you something. I am sick of this shit, and I can't be the only one who's sick of this shit. All right? Because I tell you right now, the Japanese business model is fucking dead. Wow. It is dead. And Microsoft, if they keep doing what they're doing, and like even Steam is doing, well, they're doing their own thing. They're not doing a subscription service per se, but I mean, they offer great deals and things like that. They're going to wipe the floor with these assholes in about 5 years' time, maybe less if people catch on a lot sooner. Because I got to tell you something. If I were to go out right now, this is going right back to the Switch. If I were to go right now and go out buy this Switch OLED in the fall or in the winter, whenever, November when it comes out, or October, and buy 2 games is $800. Are you out of your fucking mind? I could buy an Xbox Series X. The best, most powerful performing console in the world, okay, with all the bells and whistles, smart delivery, and everything else, and free, and Game Pass, and free. Okay, next-gen upgrades with no hassle, no cloud saves, no solving riddles in front of fucking sphinxes in order to get my PS4 saves to my PS5. Okay, none of that. You get all of that. I can get that, and I could get 2 years of Game Pass for the same price as one Nintendo Switch and 2 lousy fucking games. I am done with this. And I think I can't be the only one. Yes, I sound angry. I'm not really angry. I'm just kind of pissed off. I'm just trying to get my point across. The point is, people out there, let me tell you something, dude. People out there are going to finally wake up. This is going to be like the Matrix. And, people are just going to start waking up. Welcome to the real. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be that kind of a moment. And that's what's going to happen. And I'm telling you, people are going to be sick and tired of it. Done.
Hey,
I love
know
it. I love seeing Mag fired up like this. It makes me wonder what kind of version of Tony Baloney we're going to get tonight. Should be a good one. And
You'll probably be
holy man,
exhausted by the end.
Xbot got to follow that now.
Dude,
Murray,
how am I going to follow that, man?
Well,
How am I? Really?
I don't know, but I'm going to follow it with
Hold
the
on.
doctor. But get to the super chat real quick because the doctor's in the house. As always, I knew I smelled that shitty smell again. Dropping $2.79. Can Cletus show us how he dines at the V? Diddly-dee. Great super chat there from the doctor. All right, man. Thanks for that, doctor. Appreciate it, man. It's always good to be here. Sorry,
Mag-
go ahead, guys.
Mag,
By
you
the way,
said
I got a lot of people not happy in the chat right now.
good. Fucking piss them off. Maybe
I am pissing them off. And you know what, guys? Wake the fuck up. Wake up.
Yeah. You
Wake up.
shock some people sometimes. You know what? You said the Japanese business model is dead.
Yeah,
To me, it's like
dying.
To me, it's like a person on their deathbed right now. It just doesn't give a damn. Like it knows it's about to retire and burn in hell for charging full price for a decade-old games. You know? And Princess Zelda, if you're in the chat right now, give me your best damage control in the chat for this shit Switch version, okay? Try and give me your best damage control for that. I want to hear it. But while you do that, you talked about the screen only being what P? How many P? 7, whatever the fuck it is.
720p.
720.
I thought it was a 1080p
Tell me that. What's that, brother?
I thought it was a 1080p screen.
It can do 1080. Yes, it can do.
I don't know. I saw it on IGN today. It was 1280 by 720p.
Oh, if
Axel,
it's on IGN,
I see
it
you
must
in the
be
chat,
true.
brother.
Thing
He
is,
told me to take pills and go to sleep.
maybe that's what maybe that's what you're paying for. Like they had to do some magic tricks, you know, to make it maintain those shitty stats. You know, like iPhones are how many times better? The thing is, like the silicone inside the Switch is so shitty. Like it can't push games to 1080p or better. So it's like it's worthless to make even the screen do that. Oh boy.
Well, they actually, if you watched Digital Fucker, Foundry, sorry, you know how I feel about DF, but if you check out their video, they did kind of switch out their chipset, and the chip that they're using can actually be overclocked. Now they were talking about them possibly doing it. They don't think that they would, but the Switch can actually be significantly more powerful, but they gotta actually overclock the chipset to do so, and they don't think that's gonna happen. But when it comes down to it, new guys, you know me, I look at the cup half full as well. I like the look of the system. I like the black and white. To me, it looks like it's a more adult version of the Switch as opposed to just the plain gray and stuff like that. This just goes to like when they first talked about the Switch, I called it the world's most powerful handheld.
Yep.
And dude, the community tried to crucify me over that. They're like, no,
I was there for those Xbot.
It's a console. Yeah. And I'm like, no, it's a handheld that you can plug into your TV. You can plug your iPad into your TV and play games off of that as well. The iPad is not a console either. But
your whole argument with that Xbot, sorry, real quick. Your whole argument with that, it like kind of reminded me of like two people trying to argue about saying the same thing in different ways, kind of. Because like you're not wrong, and the people that were arguing against you, the way they put their arguments, because I've seen a lot of them. I remember that. And technically they weren't wrong either. So you were kind of like saying the same kind of things, but you guys like didn't see eye to eye.
Technically they fell for marketing is exactly what happened. All right. That's what Nintendo did. Look at where Nintendo has been insanely popular. Handheld market. You look at the Game Boys, the DSs, all that good stuff. They blew up their handheld market. You saw what happened with the Wii U. It was a disaster. So what did they do? They took what they were really good at now, and they moved it over here, and they just tried to call it a console because they plugged it into a TV. Yeah. But as you can see, by their upgrade on this, which is nothing more than an OLED, a bigger OLED screen, for what? For mobile gaming, for handheld gaming. Yeah. They know exactly what their device is. And it's the people out in the community that are like, oh no, it's a console. It's a console. Even Nintendo knows it's a handheld that you can just plug into your TV. Man.
And have you seen how shitty it looks when you plug it into a TV? My
We
God.
Especially a big good TV.
Not if you plug it into a
God.
like a 15-year-old 720p plasma like I got upstairs.
Which
actually have
Switch
one.
doesn't look too bad on a smaller 1080p, but when you start getting into a big fucking fancy 4K, it's like,
no, it's trash. It's trash. I'm gonna say it exactly what it is. It's trash. Sorry, I said the F word so many times. We definitely got demonetized, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But you know the thing, I didn't want to get right back into it, but at the same time, so I think it was Jesse Darby in the chat was saying something. He's like, look at like right now, the phones that we've got now, and you've got xCloud coming up very soon. I mean, it's already out, but they already got the Series X blades in there and everything else. When you've got those things performing, now my phone, now it's not going to translate exactly, but I'm just saying the quality of my phone is a 4K phone. Okay, 4K screen with 120 FPS in it.
Wow.
Okay, that's my phone. Okay, just put that
Your
in perspective.
phone does that?
Yes, it does. Yes,
Holy
it does.
Crap.
4K 120 FPS. Now that won't be for everything, obviously, and that won't be for xCloud. However, you're going to see that thing is going to outperform any Switch anytime. And you've got a cell phone anyway, right? Most people, I would say, at least 99% of the population now has a cell phone. Would you not agree with that? So at that point, you've already sort of. I know that Nintendo's still going to make a shit ton of money. They're still going to be the market leader.
Dude,
I'm not saying anything
out
that.
there. They got
the faithful, and that's great.
People protecting this new Switch, like it's a big deal. It's really not a big deal. And in all actuality, Nintendo is still working on that quote unquote like pro version. They just haven't said it yet because there was addition to the random access memory, the RAM, there was a new chipset, a more powerful Switch that they still have kind of like behind closed doors that they haven't talked about yet. So they're just going to throw this one out there as that incremental improvement and get a bunch of people to spend the $350 on it. More in Canada, guys.
A lot more.
and then later on they're going to come out with the new and improved Switch that's going to do better in terms of games graphically and everything. And then they're going to expect like the way that they did with the Nintendo Store, the digital store, and how you had to rebuy Marios and stuff like that. When you got new devices, they're just doing it on the hardware side now. They're like, okay, well, if you have a Switch, well, now we got this OLED Switch with a bigger screen. So when you're playing handheld, don't you want a bigger? And it has the sensor that will dim your screen, like in accordance to the light that's in the room. You guys saw that, right?
No.
Yeah. Like you could turn on a sensor that will like make the screen brighter if you're in a dark room. Or dim down the screen. Yeah. They added that to the Switch as well. But just these little kind of like improvements, $350. You're never going to see a sale on it. Since when do we ever see anything Nintendo on sale? We don't.
Never. I just finished saying that 10 minutes ago. Because I just got the Switch for my kids because they were, like I said, driving me nuts. I played it for like 5 minutes because they won't let me. Right. But the thing is, the games are still $80. Like $80 for 5-year-old games. Are you out of your mind?
The weird part is now we kind of wonder if Nintendo has another Switch in the works, and if so, if there's another one coming out soon, then why would you release this one? Right?
That would not coming out soon.
This is the one that everyone has been referring to for how many months now? Like 8 months.
Yeah, Switch Pro or whatever.
Portal player. Yes, they caught cuss with the screen. I think we can all agree with that. But doesn't that piss you off, man? Like, can you
charging a premium?
Can you imagine if Nintendo led the market right now? Like, we wouldn't have games like God of War or Forza Horizon, any of that shit. That shit wouldn't even be in existence, and that's what pisses me off. Nintendo's just going back in time and just. God damn, like we all said it, like the prices are just like ridiculous. And Princess Zelda earlier said, well, hey, it's not made of cardboard, upgrade.
That's true.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
true.
that's
but
fair
like,
enough.
remember 64 gigs, like wow, like 64 gigs. Fuck, we've had that on like SD memory cards for years. It's like, come on,
my
man.
2011
You
fucking
know,
chocolate phone.
put in 500 gigs at some point at least for crying out loud.
Instead of doing quality, like for the Nintendo faithful, instead of doing like quality upgrades, like if you're just going to put an OLED, put in a space so people can put in their DS games as well, stuff like that, stuff that will actually be an improvement to the Nintendo gamer out there. Not only can you play Switch games, but you can play your other Nintendo portable games as well. They'll have slots for those types of games, stuff like that. They didn't do any of that either. I don't know, man. Like that Nintendo, they always tend to do their own thing. And even when the Wii U was out there and there was only 10 million, like say there was only 10 million Wii U's out there, the next Nintendo first party game came out, they sold like 25 million copies with only 10 million systems out there. Like there are people buying multiple copies. I don't understand that, man.
You know what else they've done, which I noticed that now that I'm in the Switch ecosystem, is that half the games that they're releasing, all these Mario games and stuff. Oh, and by the way, that's a little side note, eh? Like all these clowns out there be like, Halo, Forza, Gears. Literally, I look at the Switch catalog and there's like 85 Mario games. And I'm like, okay, how come nobody clowns on these guys at all, right? But anyway, that's a side point. But if you actually notice all these not all these Switch games, but a lot of these Switch games are Wii U games that they just renamed to Switch. Like, new Super Mario Wii U, and then they erase the Wii U and they put new Super Mario Switch. And then they charge $80. And then there's that other one, Super Mario All-Star 3Ds, and they erase the Wii U and they put Switch on it. And then they charge you $80. I'm like, or how about that triple pack that they released last year? I think you're guilty of buying this.
I did.
Okay?
I bought it.
And they did not a single upgrade to it. Meanwhile, the other companies, it's unbelievable.
Limited time only, so get this now for just a measly $89.99 Canadian or $79. Yeah, it's like that.
Yep, and they didn't do a single goddamn thing to those games. They just released them as they were, the way they came out all those years ago. They did nothing to them, and that's absolutely like I don't understand. And I see the way I look at it, I think Nintendo is a toy company. They're not a gaming company. They're a toy company. Okay, they treat their products like a toy. They never devalue that kind of stuff. The fans do what they want to do. That's fine. Like I'm not talking about the fans, eh? So don't get all my words twisted. I'm not saying shit about the fans, but I am saying shit about the company because their business practices are eventually going to bite them in the ass because there's no way that this can continue. With the way that people, and the thing is, it's like, you can't talk about Microsoft and Sony and what they're doing or whatever, specifically Microsoft, because it seems like Sony is going down the same Nintendo road right now, and that's their business.
But that's the thing though, Meg. That's the problem. Like you can say about the fans, but the fans in itself are part of the problem because they buy this stuff without even questioning it. And then if you look at the top 10 sales, every time the top 10 sales, how many Nintendo games dominate the top 10 or 20 every year? And it's just basically said it's Mario Party, and Mario Kart, and it's the same shit over and over again. Like they basically reskinning it and selling it to you for the full price, and they constantly sell. And as long as these games continue to sell, 20, 30, like Xbox and Sony wish they had games that sold regularly like Nintendo.
Worse,
right?
Absolutely,
like I
they
said
would.
With the whole Wii U thing, there was 10 million Wii U's, and they sold 25 million Marios. Like I don't.
Now the thing is, are people that obsessed with the Mario games and Legend of Zelda, or is it that they're they like the Nintendo, obviously the Nintendo ecosystem or whatever else, but they've got nothing else to buy on it? Like they don't have the options. They're not getting Starfield on the next Switch.
My thing is,
God of War Ragnarok on there. So like all they got is fucking Mario and Zelda.
My thing is, at least Sony is trying. All right, they may give you a PS4 Pro and call it a PS5, but at least it's got an SSD in it. At least you're not stuck in 720p.
It's Sorry.
What?
The whole
No, you said at least it
the
has an SSD in it. I was going to make a joke about the big empty spot where the SSD
Oh, yeah.
expansion's supposed to go.
Oh no!
Well, there's
However,
that.
and shout out to King David there. He calls it Dead Space. The space in the back where you're supposed to have the SSD expansion. That's just fantastic. But that's a whole other story. But anyways, the thing is, it's just I don't understand how like the mindset of the consumer. I understand people are obsessed with Nintendo. That's great, wonderful. I played the what is it called, Mario Odyssey for like 5 minutes. It's pretty cool. But here's the thing: when you see what the other people are doing, specifically in this case, Xbox. Okay, I know I sound like an Xbot right now because I keep going back to them.
It's okay,
but I'm sorry,
okay, brother.
I know, the name.
I'm defending you. It's okay. Go ahead.
Here's the thing: they're the ones doing the most consumer-friendly practices on the market right now, while everybody else and all the articles out there. It's not just me saying it. Go look at any article right now and see what everybody's bitching about. They're bitching about Nintendo and they're bitching about Sony. The only ones who are not getting bitched at because of what they're doing is Microsoft. They're giving you all,
and they're getting praised for Game Pass, man.
Right,
they are getting praised,
and they're getting 90s R&B videos. It's fantastic. But anyways, that's a whole other story. But the thing is, and I swear. But anyway, there's that. But like the thing is, as a consumer, wouldn't you look across the pond and say, "What the fuck is going on over there?" It's like you're having this Animal Crossing party over here, and then you look across the pond and they're having like a naked foam, disco party, rave, and you're looking over there going, what the hell is that? And they're like, oh, that's the Xbox ecosystem. Look at the party they're having for 1/8 of the price. And you're like, why are we at this party when we can go at that party?
Because, honey, we brought the children with us. That's why.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, here's the thing. That we're not talking about the hardcore here, okay? The hardcore will buy, assuming that you have all the money for it, you'll be buying multiple consoles, myself included, everything else. Like I've got all the next gen consoles, all of them, okay? And but not everybody's going to do that. So if a casual consumer, aka the parents of kids, are going to start looking at this stuff and be like, honey, why the hell are we buying this $500 plus $200-$300 for a couple of games when we could buy this Xbox for little Johnny for $300 and then get him Game Pass for $15 a month? The kid's got 450 games at his disposal at all times. We don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? That's where they're slowly but surely going to start, picking those people out of that casual crowd one by one. People can shake their heads all they want, but one by one, Microsoft is going to start poaching those people one by one.
Over. Real quick, I just want to, Portal player. First off, it's good to see you, brother. He shows up on next podcast as well. What is up, Portal? Portal was talking about how they sold 5 million Animal Crossings, and they are winning. Since when did gaming become how many games are sold, or how many consoles are sold? When did it become like a stock market investment simulator? Because last time I checked, it was more than how many of that game is sold on whether or not it's good or not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, those were good point. Those were never the metrics to tell one successful company from another. Those were never the metrics. That is a strictly fanboy made up stat, and
they're making money off of people
because they just look at numbers, right?
Games, so they're winning. So that means they're winning. So who's losing then? We are. So you're happy about that.
Yeah.
Perfect example of that. Look at Fortnite. You know what? Fortnite barely sold any copies. You know what? That's true. Fortnite's barely sold any copies because it's fucking free. But guess how much fucking money it's making?
Fortnite.
Billions.
We bought to Save the World back in the day when it first came out.
When it was actually first came out, yeah.
I like Save the World, man. I thought that was a good game, though.
Yeah, by the way, that's another
point, though, right?
The Noof, you just brought up something that's an interesting point, is that, I'm not saying this whole free-to-play model, but the thing is, if you give people the option of either playing for free or a subscription service that is obviously extremely affordable, that frees up a lot more money to be able to spend on other things. Like, for example, microtransactions, if you want to get a fancy suit for whatever, or you want to get a skin in Fortnite or whatever. And that's why they're making billions off of one game. That's why, Call of Duty, what the hell is it called? Warzone does so extremely well. Apex Legends, whatever else, right?
Yeah.
Well, Call of Duty,
Rocket League and all
Apex,
that.
they all saw it from Fortnite, and there was another game that was on the tip of my tongue that kind of started this whole thing. Like, the whole kind of like gaming community, it's changing. The people behind the games, because they saw like how much money is being made from Fortnite and stuff like that, and you see what even like Halo Infinite is going to be doing. With the armor coatings and stuff, they're going to be armor coatings that you can also buy as well.
Yeah.
So like when it comes down to it, like the whole demographic of console gaming and just gaming in general is changing because of games like Fortnite and how much money they are it was Grand Theft Auto with shark cards.
Oh yeah. GTA
People wonder why Grand Theft Auto is always in the top 5 of games sold month after month after month. It's not because of the game. It's because of the shark card bundles.
Yeah.
It's
or the fact we're not
cheaper.
getting GTA 6 till 2025.
It's cheaper to buy the game again with the bundle to get the shark card than it is to like just spend the money on the shark card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why they keep charting. So you mean to tell me that game charts so much month after month? They're winning in terms of that because of how many games they're selling month to month, even though they're being sold to people who have already had the game and they're just getting the shark cards to go back and spend more money. It's crazy.
I think back in the day of Super Nintendo versus Genesis, sure, that it was definitely more about the consoles and the numbers, because back then there was no online, there was no store marketplace, and there was no ecosystem for games to make any money outside of just selling a physical copy. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference with back in the day. But now,
dude, back in the day, we never said, "Hey, Sonic the Hedgehog sold 5 million copies" or anything like that. We're just like, no, Sonic is cooler than Mario.
Yeah.
That was the argument. It was never about how many games are sold in comparison to this other game over here. It's gotten completely out of hand, man.
The thing is, at the end of the day, as long as the companies are doing well, very well, which all 3 of them are doing extremely well.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We win in the end, and therefore what ends up happening is competition becomes more fierce. Who wins? The customer wins at the end because they're fighting for your dollar. Okay. But the thing is that when you've got 2 companies doing something so egregious, the Japanese companies doing something so egregious with the way that they're carrying on their business, which was they were able to get away with it for decades. And you know what? They're not the only ones. Okay, look at the record business. Look at the movie business. Jesus Christ, I almost called you Mooch. Noof. Sunday, I heard you talk about it. By the way, everybody tune in to Good Morning Xbox. Great show. Noof was talking about it on Sunday. He's like, we went from VHS or beta, then we went to DVD, then we went to Blu-ray, then you know what I'm saying? And people were buying the same fucking movies over and over and over. Same thing with music. We went from LPs to tapes, or 8 tracks and LPs to tapes to CDs. CDs nuts. I'm not buying them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like the thing is, but people stopped. And people said, we're fed up with this. Why do you think the video game is any different? A video game industry is any different? It's not. It's just going to take longer for people to wake up and realize what's going on. And then eventually they're going to be like, why am I spending all this money for the same dribble over and over and over for maximum dollar?
Well, let me combat your argument there.
Yes,
technically,
sir.
Video games have already gone through that, because you're getting into the whole, once people were fed up buying CDs, after they went through that whole progression, they started downloading them with all these programs on the internet. Well, pirating, had its day in the sun, especially, and it destroyed a whole great console in the Dreamcast. So that really had its day in the sun.
My favorite console.
It was an awesome one. But I think all of the, I don't want to, I'm not speaking for Nintendo. I'll speak for PlayStation and Xbox and say that they, took those lessons learned, and that's pretty much out of the possibilities now from now on. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know if Sony really learned anything per se, because you saw they're now seen as kind of like the predominant number one in console gaming. And if you notice, like their practices and stuff they've said and stuff that they have done and how they've gone back on their word, it seems like there's an arrogancy. There's a certain there's a level of arrogance when it comes to Sony. When they you saw it in like the music division when they were number one with CD players, stuff like that. They thought nobody could mess with them. They're just going to do and say whatever they want. You see that arrogance starting to leak back into kind of like the PlayStation division now. Now, I know there's a lot of diehard Sony people out there that will not point anything out on Sony's side, but is really happy to point any little thing out on Xbox's side. But over time, this is where I feel that Microsoft is usually ahead of the curve with what's coming on in the future. Most of the time they're too far ahead and they get rejected. I think when it comes to Game Pass and what they're doing with cloud gaming and having your games play anywhere and stuff like that, I think they are absolutely on time with like the gamers that are coming up and taking over financially in the gaming market. I think they are absolutely on time, and that's why you see these articles and stuff as they're building up Game Pass. It's attractive to the gamers that are coming up now, and you'll see it more and more as this generation comes. As we get deeper into this generation, you're going to see more and more people gravitate to that, and I think Sony's arrogance, they need to learn their lesson and kind of move quick here, or they will get left behind, man.
Well, I think it's safe to say, guys, that Nintendo, obviously, this is a big miss for them. The big L's, we like to say. I mean, obviously, if you've never had a Nintendo Switch and you're still on the fence about getting one, absolutely. I'm sure this would probably be the better option. But you have to keep in mind that you're even going to go out and pay more for this one than you would the standard model. I think the smarter choice here would have been to drop the current model of Switch down to a more affordable level, because I don't think the Switch has had an actual official price drop since it came out years ago, which is absolutely asinine.
They won't do it.
They just don't want to. They don't want to do it. It's no, because people.
That's why they made the new one more expensive, because then it's still like, well, if you don't want that one, you pay $50 less.
I bought it from a house. I bought it from a housewife. The Switch Lite. I bought it from a housewife around my neighborhood from Facebook Marketplace for like $200 because she bought it for her kids during the pandemic. Like it was one of those like impulse buys to keep the kids quiet because they were stuck at home for like a year and they never touched it. So she was just like, please, just somebody buy the stupid thing. And I'm like, $200. She's like, yeah, sold. So I bought it for $200 Canadian, which is like $150 American. That I can live with. But why do I have to go through back alley deals in order to get something that's affordable from Nintendo? It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And like Noof is right, man. No price drop, no nothing. And like you're getting the most inferior hardware on the market. And I understand it's not about the performance. No one's playing Mario at 4K 120 FPS.
But imagine if they fucking push the fucking push.
My God, it would be remarkable.
Imagine if they could.
Well, even be able to play games
remarkable.
at 1080p on the damn handheld mode would be a little bit impressive anyway.
Yeah, like something that'd be great, but like they're not doing that. So. You know what, Noof? I got to disagree with you, man. If you've never gotten into the Switch ecosystem, I don't think this new Switch is the way to go, because you're going to still spend, at least up here, 2 games plus the system is like $750.
Yeah. Noof, if you fucking buy that Switch and don't have Game Pass, I'm going to delete you for a day.
I'm not buying that Switch. Don't worry.
That's it. It's going to be Gaming After Dark with Noof Nukem. Period. Noof can have his other panel member will be that Switch.
How will I get? There we go. I'll keep that in mind in case I want to dump you guys. I'll just buy the Nintendo Switch. Here we go. Solo
if you're tired of us, Noof, buy it, post it on Twitter. Done. That's it.
Why did Mag and Titan leave Gaming After Dark? Do you guys have a follow-up? No, I bought a Nintendo Switch. They hate me now.
Oh my God.
Crazy. Let's get to the super chat.
Without a Game Pass subscription is what was said, by the way. If you get a Game Pass subscription, go ahead and buy your Switch. It's okay.
At least then I can at least then that's a saving grace.
Right. Royal Boyle's in the chat. What's going on? Friend of the show, Royal Boyle drops $4.99. What's good, Gad, Doof, Mag, Titan? Shout out to Xbot. Can't forget Arnold and Tony, of course. Always here to show love and support. Well, we appreciate it, man.
Royal Boyle, you're a good dude, man.
Nice, Royal.
Chat, man, but appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Mike Mullis is in the house. What's going on? Toolman, Jesse Darby, Dreadpool, Crispy Bomb, Master Clown still hanging out. Axel 1324. I saw Eternal Shaddai in her earlier, so a lot of crowd from my Good Morning Xbox. J Slayer J, Princess Zelda hanging out with us. Portal Players still here in the house. Great crew tonight, guys. Awesome people in the chat. You guys are fantastic, man. Appreciate you being here. The doctor's still with us. Our Rob, what is going on? So Casket Repair here. Felix. Yeah, man, the list goes on. Doggy Dog still hanging out with us here. Good stuff, guys. All right, let's get to Ask Arnold. Let's move along from that topic because this one could probably go on a bit longer, and it's really not that much to say other than I think it's safe to say Nintendo just gets a big L for this one. Like, boy, like, come on, Nintendo. You guys need to do better. It's not that people hate Nintendo. I think it's the vice versa. I think it's simply because a lot of us love Nintendo, that like they are the backbone of the industry. They're the console that the majority of us grew up on. Most of the people in this chat, on this panel, were of the age that we grew up on Nintendo.
I want them to make a console again, man. I want them to make a console.
I've owned all their consoles. I've owned all their consoles except for the GameCube. And I'm bitching about the Switch for the last hour, and I fucking have one. Okay, with a stack of games, but it doesn't mean I can't complain about their future business practices, which are going
from
to
what
die,
I see on social media, it means you can complain actually because
we appreciate
if you don't have one, you can't talk about it. I guess
we all appreciate Nintendo wants to be different because that's how they're carving their own way in the market. They
sold people cardboard, people.
But it's the fact that they treat us like we're completely dumb. I don't know if this is just dumb or naive or what. Do you know what I mean? Like after a while, you feel like like you're really getting a kick in the balls, but yet you still keep coming back to pay for a kick in the balls. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know it. And yeah, man, I don't know. Like Nintendo's the only one that seems to get away with stuff that Xbox and Sony would never stand a chance in hell of getting away with.
I look at Nintendo as like a terrible father, and I can relate to this because it's like
Spider-Man.
The true story. I met my biological dad at the age of 17. And then I found out he was a Packers fan. I feel just the same way.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, Doggy's waiting for the day they sell us toilet paper. Well, they practically did. It's called the cardboard, the Labo. It's like an upgraded version.
Wipe your ass with it. It's about as useful as it gets.
Fuck yeah. But anyway, let's move along. Let's get to the Ask Arnold segment of the night before we get into our next topic.
At least I could wipe my ass with that.
Yes, that is true. I mean, kind of rough, but yeah.
Yeah. Don't use a corner.
Yes. All right, guys. Let's get some questions for Ask Arnold. Arnold is in the building. I heard him just come in the door. So who's got the what?
I got one right away.
Yes.
Arnold.
Go ahead.
Arnold, I'd like to ask you a quick question. What do you feel about this new Nintendo Switch product?
I was waiting for you to ask me that. And then we're going to put it very simple. Like, when you go to the strip club, sometime, when you first go in there and you haven't been there for a while, and of course they bring out the first lady, and she's usually not the best, but she gets the job done. She's adequate, and you want to spend some money. You want to see the goods, and you're happy because the entourage is all going to come out later on. You're going to see the real goods. So you're like, yeah, I'm cool. But one of you went to the strip club day after day after day, and all they kept doing was saying, you know what? You're not going to see the full enchilada. We're just going to give you this stripper. She's going to put there. You're going to see a pussy day in, your pussy day out. You're going to keep spending the same old money, and yet you're not complaining. You're just like, yeah, I will put up with it. That's what you're going to sell me. I'm going to carry the big box for this. But that's what it's kind of like. You know what I'm saying? Like Nintendo keeps getting away with giving you the same old pussy. That's what they're doing for years and years and years. And people just are buying up. They gobble it up. It's like the starve for it. No, I'm sick of the same old pussy. I want the better pussy this time. That's what I wanted to do here. And nobody's, of course, Xbox is giving it to you. They're giving you hundreds of pussies in Game Pass.
Wow.
Excellent.
Wow. Yo,
Arnie, hey, does
Arnold,
it?
Oh, my bad.
I'll go ahead. Arnie, does it make you nervous that there's a lawyer on the panel today?
No, because he's not a good lawyer. He's not a good lawyer. he couldn't.
I am undefeated. What are you talking about?
You couldn't get out there and defend shit to a dung beetle. That's not what you're going to do. So you just stay in your own corner, right off the bat. There's no. He can go over there. The pussy pants. That's what it is, Crispy Rambo. Yes.
Wow. Arnold, I know you're a big fan of huge guns and fighting aliens. I gotta ask you, man. What did you think about what we saw with the Halo Infinite multiplayer?
Of course, Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to be great. And you know what? I'm going to have to come out there some night, Xbox, and show you how it's done. It's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to smack you over the head with that big gravity hammer. Kaboom! Right on your head. Knock you out flat is what I'm going to do. I have to show you how it is done. Arnold Schwarzenegger will come into your house and he's going to kick some ass at Halo. It looks like an amazing game. It's going to be fantastic. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Katana, she's, what's her name? Is it Katana?
Yeah. Cortana.
Oh, Katana. That's the one that's in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Cortana, she's there, and she's awesome. I love blue naked chicks. That's why I'm always playing that game, and I'm always playing Mass Effect for the big naked blue chicks.
Princess Zelda.
I will be streaming that when we go head to head, because now you have confirmed that. Everybody in the chat heard that. Yo, Arnold will be going head to head with me in Halo Infinite. That is going to be amazing.
Princess Arnold. Jesus Christ.
Princess Arnold.
Princess.
It's not too far from the truth. Let's be real.
Princess Zelda asks, Arnie, were there any fireworks at your house on the 4th?
There's always fireworks at the house. But it's not just on the 4th. It's whenever I feel like having the fireworks at the house. I set them off in the backyard. I set them off in the toilet. I set them off wherever I want. Sometimes I let out the little firecracker just to see my donkeys panic and go galloping out of the house. There's nothing that gets your neighbors riled up more than an angry donkey that's going through the garden and chasing the cats. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do there. I light them up all the time. Heck, I might have a firework in the bed tonight. I had some burritos, so I'm pretty hot down the stairs.
Oh, this is so appropriate. Toolman55 asks, "Hey Arnie, will Alexa be your new co-host?"
Alexa would be a phenomenal co-host because you're going to do what I tell her. And I say, Alexa, tell that guy to shut up and tell me why is this person so stupid. That's what I want to know. I was Alexa. What the hell is wrong with this Titan Drago guy? When is he going to change his avatar? He looks like he's about to bite a giant penis.
Yeah, I can't unsee that now. Arnold, are you gonna wait in line and purchase Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut, bro?
Well, first of all, I would never have to wait in line. Everybody's going to get out of the way when I'm standing there. I want that Ghost of Tsushima, the Ghost of Sushi, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I will buy it all. That's what I'm going to do. The director's cut, the virgin cut, the fucking whatever cut they're going to make out of it. I will buy the cut because it's a great game. It's a samurai. You know what? All my career, all the movies I never got a chance to do. I never did anything like a samurai. I think that would be fantastic, don't you? Like, wouldn't it be great to have me back in one of those movies? Of course, they're still dubbing me today. That's the whole thing. I want to be there. I want to slice and dice. It's kind of chop suey, Mr. Pooey. I'm going to take you out. Let's do it to get me into the game. Come on, there should be a character in there.
Arnold, pitch it, man. Can we get a couple lines of Arnold as a samurai?
Arnold as a samurai.
Oh my God!
As I look into your eyes, I can see the devil. I can see the demon. But you know what burns inside of me? A firecracker for your ass. And I've got a giant katana, and I'm going to come over there. Come on, I want to see how big your sword is. Mine is bigger than yours, and I can swing it harder, faster. Look at the sword I had in Conan, you son of a bitch. You get back behind your fucking shed, because I don't need a samurai. I'm going to bring out Conan, and he's going to crack every bone in your body. That's what I'm going to do there.
Last one, $5 super chat from Go Ahead Say It, Mag.
Your favorite guys in the chat, Mag?
Message retracted.
I was talking while I was muted.
Oh.
What the hell did I just miss?
The super chat from your one and only.
Oh my God! Who needs a message from him? It's none other than Joe Dunmore. My goodness. That's okay. That's all he needed.
You can read it. He's got a couple.
No, it says message retracted.
Yeah.
Oh, well, on my screen it says, "Hey Arnold, sorry, I'm just got my ass back from Mars."
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, haha. Okay, I just got it. Yeah, get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. On ours, it shows up as
Mars.
message retracted. So I just figured you just wanted me to scream his name for like.
I'm just
5
gonna
minutes.
say, I think a samurai game with Arnold as the main character would be hilarious, especially with lots of one-liners, and every time you kill the dude, you know.
Let's give Joe Dunmore a once around. Go ahead, do it, Noof. You try and do it like Meg.
What's that, Joe?
I'll
Dunmore?
try it. Joe Dunmore.
No, not quite.
Joe Dunmore.
I'll do it as Cletus.
He fiddly-diddly, John
Oh, there you go, Joe. I hope you got your $5 worth, buddy.
Oh shit,
Oh,
man.
That was
Good
great.
stuff. All right, that's enough questions for Arnold for one night. We'll see him again next week. Good stuff there, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. All righty, let's get into the next topic, and this is about Microsoft apparently working on machine learning based rendering and upscaling techniques for the Xbox, which I think definitely could be the future. But, we've heard lots of tech talk before. Some of it materializes. Some of it is just that. It just seems like a big selling ploy, and it really never materializes or becomes much more than that. So I don't know if you guys had a chance to kind of dive into the article. I'm still trying to make sort of sense out of it, so to speak. So who wants to take it away on how do you feel about machine learning, and how do you feel this could be a huge benefit for the Xbox platform moving forward?
Well, when it comes to machine learning, if you look at like all the big tech corporations out there, they're all into this. Artificial intelligence, machine learning based applications, devices, stuff like that. This is what the big tech companies are into right now. So it makes sense that Microsoft as a corporation is really involved in this. But then again, the divisions within Microsoft are going to kind of utilize the new technology and see what they can do. So Xbox being a division of Microsoft, they're going to use machine learning for whatever they can do with console gaming. And we've already seen what it can do with auto HDR, putting in high dynamic range color into games that were never developed with that in mind. Stuff like that. So they are using it already. And I feel that the reason why they came out with the Series S and they were able to come with a cheaper, series console as opposed to the Series X is because they have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes when it comes to machine learning. In terms of downloading lower resolution textures and having the system itself through machine learning bring that up to a higher resolution to make the game just look that much better, but all while keeping file sizes small. These are all things that they are really kind of working on behind the scenes, and I think that's what's going to keep the Series S. Right now, the Series S, if I had one thing that one complaint about the Series S is so far I've only had one game that has had ray tracing in it. All right, and that was Watch Dogs Legion. We just got like Doom Eternal. We got the upgrade for that, and I was looking into the Series S upgrade. No ray tracing in that. So this is something that machine learning can take kind of like the pressure off doing the textures and stuff like that in the game. It can the system itself can make the textures either 4K or whatnot, and then leave that room to put in the ray tracing and all the other kind of graphical goodness into the Series S, probably at a later date. But I think this is, I know we've heard the cloud talk, and we saw the Crackdown 3 kind of like demonstration of the cloud, and then we got Crackdown 3 and the multiplayer was not what they showed in the demonstration, stuff like that. I think this is a lot different than that. I think this is, machine learning is more rooted. It's been more heavily invested in terms of really developing like artificial intelligence and stuff like that. And I think that it's going to be able to do a lot more. When it comes to Xbox, when it comes to gaming, yeah. But I think, a lot of tech companies are going to be using machine learning all over the place for all kinds of things because it's basic. It's basic. This sounds scary. The machine's learning how to do things. Like it's
Skynet.
Yeah, it's a little creepy. It's a little creepy, man. I'm not gonna lie, but some of the benefits that are gonna come down the line, the more they invest in it, the more that they really get to using it. Because, like I said, the auto HDR, what they did is they took the HDR implement that they used in, I believe, Gears 5. They use that HDR, and what machine learning does is it takes that technique and it matches it to other games that haven't had HDR developed into it. And some of the games it doesn't do that well. And like they blocked it from, actually enabling when those games go on. But most of them run and look incredible. And that's just one example of machine learning. I think there's a lot coming down the pipeline, bro.
Nice.
Everything that Xbot said, just with more yelling. That's pretty much what I was going to say. Yeah.
You know what? To me, like I want to look at it as like I want to look at the whole broad spectrum of the companies, right? You got Nintendo in 2021 with a 720p screen, charging $80 a game, etc. Because there's more. I'm just done talking about Nintendo. And then you got Xbox innovating left, right, and center, and as well as giving you the best deal in gaming, hands down. And machine learning, if you don't know what it is, I like to look at it like artificial intelligence that works to improve the performance of your Xbox Series console. Okay, just like and Xbot put it really well too. Really, he articulated himself very well. But to me,
I don't hear that often, man. I gotta grab that audio.
That was wonderful.
This is more advanced than any rapid packed math that Sony made up at any time. And the only thing is machine learning is real. Okay. Machine learning, it's like a baby. It's like a brand new fucking baby with blood and fucking mucus all still on it. This is how new this is, right? It hadn't even been, the cord hasn't even been cut yet.
Oh,
and
you're painting a really lovely picture, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
Drago,
Jesus Christ!
Are you sure your cord hasn't been cut yet?
And I'm going to tell you, man, this right here, this is Xbox's like real ace in the hole. It's the number one tool that PlayStation fanboys hate, and they hate that word in and of itself, tools, because they know Xbox has. Things like this in it.
Has the tools.
Yeah. And PlayStation 5 has nothing of the sort. RDNA, what? Yeah, exactly. So when this advances from its infantile state, that's when the series console will completely dominate. And I'm pretty sure that Xbox thought probably that this was going to be a little farther along by now. But the Series S console, like Xbox said, there was no ray tracing in your Series S version, and this will definitely help in that. And I think that's where they really get a leg up on the competition. When you're selling a $300 console, that's probably going to go down in price over the next year or so or two.
Yeah, Nintendo. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, good luck.
Burn. But I mean, that cheap little console is gonna perform so much better, and it's gonna have ray tracing, especially when this machine learning is implemented and things like that. It's so exciting just reading about this stuff and the capabilities of what it's gonna have. And I'm gonna say this right now, I've never been a real fan of Mark Cerny, because over the years we've picked apart his what do you want to call it?
Titan. You remember the math teacher I talked about off air?
Uh-huh.
That's Mark Cerny.
Oh my God!
You can picture that, right? Oh my goodness!
It just took me a second. I'm like, what math teacher? I'm like, oh, that one.
He does have a face. He does have a creep face, don't he?
Dana Kirby could play a fantastic.
Oh my God, he'd be a great Mark Cerny.
Absolutely.
This thing, I'm going to piggyback off what Titan is saying. The interesting thing is that if you actually look back, I think it was right at the beginning of the launch of this generation, the first question, not the first question, but one of the bigger questions that media was asking is there going to be a mid-gen upgrade, blah, 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 blah. And Phil said no. And he didn't elaborate, but he said no. He says these will be going on for several years. I think that this is the reason why there won't be a mid-gen upgrade. Now, the thing is, when they talk about this technology, which is fascinating stuff. I mean, it is fascinating. I'm
absolutely.
I'm into tech. I love tech. I collect tech. But understanding the nuances and everything and all the minute details, I'm not particularly interested in all that. I just want to see
it's
how it manifests.
Look into it, man. It is.
Oh no, it's crazy and it's fascinating. But at the same time, for me, I just want to see how it manifests from a customer standpoint, right? Like from what I'm going to get from it. I prefer that, and I purchase a ton of tech, right? But anyway, the interesting thing is that Microsoft, they need to, when they come to announcing new stuff, they have a really bad history of announcing shit way too early, and then people laugh at them and don't take them seriously, and then all of a sudden, fast forward 8 years, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, right. That's what they were talking about." I would actually prefer that they just didn't talk about it too much, especially with their consumer base and stuff. And people turn it into a negative, like they say things like, "Oh, they're just buzzwords."
Thank you.
Buzzwords. Remember back in 2013, they were talking about the cloud.
Buzzwords were fucking they were created by Mark Cerny.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, exactly. But like you remember back in 2013, they were talking about the cloud, right? Yeah. And everybody laughed. What's everybody doing now? Every company in the world is on the cloud,
shaking in their boots.
Right? They're all doing it in one form or another, right? So the point is that's like they need to show what this can do, right? Before they start talking about it. And I think that because, like I said, they kind of jumped the gun a little bit with announcing stuff because you know that Microsoft, especially being like a near damn $2 trillion company, they've got tech we can't even dream of. I wouldn't be surprised if they already have teleporting technology. Like Phil's in his house and it'd be like, "Scotty, beat me up." And all of a sudden he like appears in the office. You know what I mean?
And then Aaron Greenberg's like, "Would you stop calling me Scotty?" Dude,
yeah, exactly.
I just hit the button. All right, I am not Scotty.
Phil walks in the office. Spock, what's the situation we have over here? And but anyways, the point is they've got like Star Trek type technology that we don't even understand or even know about. And the thing is, they should keep it that way until they're ready to unleash it onto the public and show what the actual practical, you know what I mean, the practical results of their tech. That's I'm just gonna take it from that angle. Right?
Well, I think the only reason why they have done that is because of what Xbox said, because it is being implemented right now, just nowhere near, in just smaller ways here and there. And I'm gonna tell you this I think it's DLSS, that stuff, it's just gonna rip. It's gonna save so many resources on the console, which is gonna allow for better ray trace, it's gonna allow for better performance, you name it.
And no need for a mid-gen upgrade.
The thing about ML machine learning is like it actually has to learn, and that's where they don't know exactly how far this is going to go, how deep it's going to go. When they realized that it had learned that kind of like HDR process in the Gears game, and it could use it on other games and stuff like that. That was kind of like a surprise to them. I remember reading that. They're like, "Wow, it literally kind of took what it learned from there and put it into other games like that right there." So whenever it comes to certain things like graphically improving the game or whatnot, the machine learning has to learn what it wants to do, has to learn what it can do. And then it'll implement it in such a way. And then that's when they're going to market that stuff. As when I put on a game now and it's like auto HDR, it's like that was something that was like, "Oh, wow, they can do that. Let's roll with it and put it on all these games." That's what you're going to see.
You see how this now what I'm going to look at is that you see how this could affect the consumer. Where like, let's say this I'm not saying when this actually is implemented, into the tech via cloud, via whatever, okay, via their server farms, all that kind of stuff, right? And then you look at the competition, and they're going to have to release a PS5 Pro for $500, and you don't have to if you have that Xbox. And people say, oh, that's ridiculous. No, it's not ridiculous, because if you're already looking at what's happening now with smart delivery, people are paying for upgrades for their games on the PlayStation 5. And Xbox, because of their technology and because of their know-how, you're getting that all for free. Okay. And same with the saves, same with everything. Like I made a big joke about that a little while ago. I don't want to get off the topic, but like when I had to do my when I had to launch my PS5, it was like I would have had a simpler time solving like a fucking algebra equation. Okay, as to how to get everything from my PS4 to my PS5, or the fact that it took like a day and a half. Okay.
Yeah, they'll post.
Joke.
Oh my god! And
like the 20 items that you had to do in order to get your PS4 shit to your PS5 and just to launch the stupid thing. And then underneath I put, here's all the steps you need to turn to power up your Xbox Series X and bring everything over. Turn it on.
And they're like, and people are damage controlling that so bad, and it's like they list their 5 or 6 steps or whatever it is, which is ridiculous in and of itself. But it's like, yeah, there's 5 or 6 steps which are easy enough, but all those steps take fucking time.
Well, did you see like even for
that's right. I'm going to say right now, that's exactly the reason that I prefer sometimes getting intimate with the pigs in the backyard. You know why? Because 1, they don't talk back. 2, I don't have to fiddle with no bra. And 3, I don't have to remove any underwear. It's ready to go. It's pink and the stink, and we ready to roll, baby.
Jesus.
Wow.
Cletus keeps coming up the rear, no pun intended. And my God, you know what? Someone actually said, no, I think it was the doctor in the chat asked earlier. He's like, it was an Arnie question, but he was like, hey, Arnie, what do you think about Cletus gaining popularity on the Gaming After Dark show? And it's happening. I see a lot of fiddly diddlies in the comments section earlier in the show, eh?
By the way, we got a super chat from Princess Zelda that's going to make Titan very happy. I love Smite. Smite is great. Good stuff from Princess Zelda. Thank you.
Zelda is high.
Princess Zelda,
very high.
Do you swallow? I think I just came a little.
Jesus, man. You know you can get arrested for that shit, Titan. Zelda, he did not say a damn word. We have a lawyer on the panel. He did not say any of that.
You must have quit. That's it.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, shit.
Holy Christ in heaven.
Oh, man. Shit, good stuff. By the way, Titan, you might as well save your Titan Drago corner because Jesse Darby wants to take you on. He's been chirping at you for weeks.
Oh.
He's going to come on the show next week.
Oh, dear Lord.
There you go, Jesse Darby. You heard it right here. He's going to be on the show next week, and he'll have his chance. If he says nothing all night, but he saves all his good shit for Titan Drago's corner, then good for him. There you go.
Diddly indeed. Wow.
Jesse Darby. He doesn't have enough L's in his life. Okay. All right.
Could we go to Teespring and start making fiddly diddly shirts?
That would be great.
I'm doing it.
We need Cletus, and that's his one quote, fiddly diddly.
Yeah, just say fiddly diddly on the back.
Yeah, fiddly diddly. Oh, that's a great idea.
Guys, $15.99 US, $19.99 Canadian.
Of a cartoon pig.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're doing it.
The pig's backside.
We'll wear it to E3 next
Poor
year.
Princess Zelda, nothing. She could do a lot worse, Draven Arrow.
Nintendo, yeah, that's right. Cletus plays with his Nintendo.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, fuck, shit, man. Good stuff, guys. All right. Well, I don't have nothing to say on the whole machine learning stuff. I don't need to sound any more stupid than I already am. So I'm not going to say too much on the fucking matter. So,
it's a machine and it learns and.
Yeah, when you talk so much bullshit that eventually you smell like it, then you know what, you might as well quit while you're ahead. So there you go. I'm sure it's great tech, but I'm not the tech savviest person in the room, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut until I know a bit more about it. So yeah. What's Infinite saying in the chat? Fiddler diddly doy.
I told you, man. Like every once in a while, I glance down at the comments at the live chat, and I see fiddly diddly just shows up randomly here and there.
Yeah, Papa Woody wants to know, Cletus, how often do you fiddly diddly your sister? Oh shit! Great stuff, guys. Awesome. Fuck. Shall we change gears here?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, let's talk about something that's been a little bit of a debatable topic this week, and I guess it really depends on how you feel about the whole thing. And I think you alluded to it with smart delivery and stuff that Xbox is doing. Ghost of Tsushima, obviously one of the biggest hits of last year, a phenomenal game. Comes out with a director's cut, not even, I don't think, a year after the game's been out. Great on them. They've been adding some content all along, including the multiplayer and a few different things, the co-op mode or whatever. But now they have a director's cut and, basically charging you for the upgrades. So, we've seen a lot of defense of this. We've seen a lot of people say this is kind of nuts. So who wants to take the floor? You can have at her on this one. I have the first game. I'm not buying the director's cut. I love Ghost of Tsushima. So, but yeah, who wants to take the floor in this?
Well, here's the thing about it, because with the director's cut, you get content as well. But
I hope so. Content.
New content. All right. So I think there's new missions, stuff like that, a new island, that you can go and do your samurai thing in there. But I think what it is, I think what people are pissed off about is they rolled the next gen upgrade into all this. And if you broke it down, I think the next gen upgrade is like $10 out of the price of this. And I think that's what people are getting upset about. Instead of just rolling out the upgrade and then coming out with the added content as well. No, they're going to hold that back. They're going to hold the upgrade back and just force you to get that whole thing. When it comes down to it, business is business. Companies are going to try to do this stuff all the time. Xbox was behind the 8 ball last generation going into this generation. And they had to do a lot of things, a lot of like pro-consumer things, stuff like that to really, start getting people back into Xbox on the platform, into the ecosystem and stuff. But I don't trust any corporation. A corporation's main goal is to make as much money as possible. But when it comes to this, and you see what the other console is doing, giving the upgrades out, it definitely it's lopsided at that point in time. And I really feel that Sony fans should really speak up more about this. Be happy for the content, pay extra for the content, but when it comes to the upgrade, you saw it with Spider-Man as well. You had to get like the bundle with Miles Morales to get kind of like the enhancements to the original Spider-Man PS4 as well. So what they're doing is they're taking these upgrades and they're trying to throw them into bundles, be like, hey, we're giving you content, but it's like, hey, where are those upgrades? We already bought that game. We invested in your next gen system. This other system over here is just giving their upgrades out. Like, what are you doing to combat that? And putting out these bundles and making me spend more money, even if I maybe don't want the content. I don't know, or maybe like you're happy with the core game and you just want those upgrades. I think that it's really not a good look on Sony's side, and the faithful out there, they're praising it and they're talking about how Xbox people are bashing people that pay for their content. It's not the content that people are talking about. It's basically putting a paywall in front of the upgrades to the PlayStation 5 from these PlayStation 4 games. I think that's the real problem. I think that's what people really need to speak up about, man.
Right. Great points.
So smart delivery, just another quote unquote tool, right? Another buzzword, right? So now you PlayStation fans are starting fresh on plenty of shit, right? Any fucking game that gets updated, like I almost guarantee, like Xbox saw this coming so many years ago. And could you imagine, Xbox, imagine if you had to take those 6 steps to retrieve your cloud data saves on Xbox. Just imagine that, dude. Could you would want to fucking kill yourself on fucking Crossfire by all the bullshit you would take, dude. Am I right? Like, that's how bad it would be. People just wouldn't let you live it down. And you know what? It's time to you know what? And it's just time for Sony to do better, and no one's saying Sony do better. Not one Sony fucking fanboy have I seen said, they need to get this right. Not fucking one. The difference between Xbox and PlayStation right now, a game gets updated on Xbox. If you got Game Pass, it's free. You want your save progress, you got it. On PlayStation, you pay $130 all day for 2 versions of the same damn game, and you got to go all this whole fucking loop around shit to get your own goddamn save data because they got Gaikai. It's just ridiculous. Go ahead. Someone else fucking...
Yeah. I'm going to jump right on this.
Piss me off.
Oh, yeah. They piss me off, too. And, the thing is, as a PlayStation 5 owner, it'd be
No,
really
wait.
nice.
The thing that pisses me off is no one fucking... Like, they're not doing anything about it. Someone call them out. I would gain so much respect for any fucking body.
Well, they're
Even
calling
if
them out, but
fucking gamer called them out on this, I would gain a fucking shred of respect for that piece of shit.
Wow. Titan
I mean, his name is
tonight.
Crap Gamer, so it's not like he's really insulting him right there. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus. Titan is fucking spicy tonight. Well, let me tell you something. We're all a little spicy tonight. But the thing is, guys, the only way that you could do anything about this, and I think that there is a way to do this, obviously, and I think that this is actually going to fail on their part, is that you speak with your wallet. Because, the thing is, like, Noof and I already own this game. And in order for us to get and both of us own a PS5, by the way. So any ponies out there saying that we're like Xbots or whatever, guess what? We got a PS5 and you probably don't. All right? So I just like to point that out before you say anything stupid.
No,
But
I
anyways,
I don't need a coffee table. That thing's being used.
it's not a coffee table. It's a miniature of the Empire State Building.
Table that Titan Drago fucking crafted from wood. Lopsided as fuck.
Here's the thing. I just looked it up in the store. Okay. It's almost $50 here in Canada for that fucking upgrade and the one extra island. But here's the thing. They didn't split it up, just like Xbot was saying. Okay. They're forcing you to buy that DLC. What if you don't want it? What if you don't want it? You don't even give the customers a choice. And that is the problem. You could charge whatever you want. Nintendo, okay? Sony, you could charge whatever you want. But it's up to the consumer whether they want to do that or not. If they've got the money and they feel like spending $70, go right ahead. If you want, or 105 here in Canada. Another thing Xbot said about the 2018 Spider-Man with the PS5 upgrade was locked behind Miles Morales. Okay, you had to buy the bundle pack, and here it was $105 for a game I already owned. And what was I going to get from that? A 3-hour DLC that they held back because they had nothing to launch with their PS5. Okay, just like Xbox.
Oh, hold on.
Had
No,
nothing to launch.
they had a PS3 remaster game as well with Demon Souls. So they had something there.
Right. So they had something there.
From PS3.
So, they were those are things where they're held back. Same thing with God of War Ragnarok. The reason why it's delayed is not because of COVID. You know what they released? You know why they delayed it? They delayed it because they're expanding on it. And they're making it bigger so that it doesn't come across as a 3-hour DLC or a 5-hour DLC. Because if you remember, Cory Barlog had openly said he had tons of other content, but the company scratched it from the game because they knew that in less than 2 years' time, a PS5 was coming, and they wanted the Ragnarok to launch within the first year to bolster their PS5 sales. Fucking fight me if you think I'm wrong. Now, on top of this, getting back to Ghost of Tsushima, okay? And that's how you pronounce it, by the way. It's Tsushima. So anyways, the point is this. If I wanted to get that for a game I already paid $80 for on the PS4, I would have to spend another $50 just to get a couple of bells and whistles that should already be there because I own the system that has the hardware that can do those bells and whistles. But now you've locked those features behind a DLC that I would have to pay almost $50 for is absolute horse shit. Okay? And it's not Sucker Punch's fault. It's not them. It's not Insomniac's fault that any of this happened. It's not Sony Santa Monica's fault or the devs. Don't go after the devs. Don't go after, the Alana Pierces and this and that or whatever. Leave them alone. They just work there and they do a damn good job making incredible games. My problem is Sony themselves. Those assholes. those executives, those guys making those decisions are locking these things behind paywalls, and it pisses me off because then what I want to do, $50, I can almost buy another whole game with that. Okay? I could save that money and buy something else with it. But I would love to see what a PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima was because it was a beautiful game on my PS4. Yeah. Okay? But to lock it behind $50, guess what? That $50 ain't leaving my pocket. Because then I'll save it for something else. You know what I'm going to save it for? I'm going to save it for Ratchet and Clank when it comes out at $50 on Black Friday and they release it on the PS4.
Well, what quote-unquote content are you getting anyways?
You're getting one extra island because like the game has a couple of islands, right? Like it's an open world game, right? So like there's an island is like the first area. Then, you do all the story stuff. You cross a bridge, you go to a second island. And what they did is that this DLC is a whole, like a third island, okay? So, or a fourth island. I can't remember how many islands there were in the game because I played it a year ago. But, and I'm old. But anyways, the thing is, it's a whole new island, okay? Yeah. So the thing is, that's great. Wonderful. But now you've locked the PS5 features behind that. What if I don't want the DLC? What if I just want to spend that $10? And you know what? That's not, I know this might be a little bit unpopular, but it's not that unreasonable. I would pay the $10. Just like my son will pay $20 for a friggin' skin on Fortnite. Okay? Like, why, like, if I would be like, fuck it. Fine, Sony. Here's my $10. Let me just play it again. Because I already own the game. Mm-hmm. But now that you locked it behind 50, guess what? The mag just balked. Okay? I ain't doing it. That money's
went, hold your hand
how much?
On your ass.
Yeah, I'm pulling the money out and I'm going, whoa, how much? And then I pull the money back and put it right back in my pocket. Mm-hmm. And then that's where I'll buy my Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on Black Friday for $50. I'd rather buy a whole game for that I haven't played yet and a whole new experience. I'll get it on Black
Ratchet
Friday.
And Clank too. That's just going to go into PlayStation Plus or whatever the fuck.
Well, I think to go to PS4 first.
I think that right here, the big sell for them is that they're trying to, one, again, kind of pull a Nintendo that has capitalized on a very popular game that's still fresh in the minds of many people and trying to get that extra dough out of the loyal fans. And, of course, bolster the PS5 lineup by, having a PS5 version of the director's cut, with the bells and whistles. I think, like I said, because Xbox has been doing it through smart delivery with the free upgrades, I definitely think nobody should be paying extra for an upgrade to a game they essentially already own. I mean, it's not rocket science here with that. As far as DLC is concerned, I always think, if they put in extra work, they create, another adventure that's enjoyable and it's, several hours long. If you're not a big fan of that game, you're probably not going to spend the money. If you love the game, then it's probably worth it to you. Like it would probably be worth it to me. I love Ghost of Tsushima, that sort of thing, so I don't see a big problem. Like I had no problem dropping my $20, $25, whatever it was for Hive Busters on Gears, because I love Gears. Now, people say, well, you Xbox guys pay all that money for the Gears one, but a lot of Xbox guys didn't because you have it through Game Pass. And if I'm correct, I do believe that DLC was in Game Pass, correct?
Yeah, but Noof, I'm going to stop you there, brother.
Did Hive Busters have an upgrade?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Did it have an upgrade to Gears 5 that was locked behind? You had to buy Hive Busters
exactly.
to get it.
That's what I'm getting at.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
That's what I'm getting at because they're locking it behind. They're forcing you to do that. When if you are going to charge, go ahead and charge. Be the asshole, fine. But give the consumers an option. By not giving them an option, you are strong-arming them and forcing them to do something they may or may not want.
So are you saying if I pop in my regular version of Ghost of Tsushima right now on my PS4, I can't play it or some shit?
No. You could play it, but because I downloaded it to I moved it over to my PS5 and I downloaded it onto the PS5, right?
Right.
But the thing is, I think they did a 60 FPS mode or something, but that was basically it. Okay, so they didn't do anything else to it because they knew that the PS5 features they were going to lock behind this DLC. So yes, you could play it on your PS5, okay? But in order to get those, like the controller features, the haptic feedback, stuff like that, whatever else, which is hilarious that you're paying for something that the console already does. It's there. The tools, if we're going to use that word again, those tools are right in front of your face, but they won't allow you to access them unless you fucking pay for them. That is egregious and absolutely anti-consumer, and it needs to, you can call it out all day, okay? But no one's going to listen. The only way that you could speak is by not buying the damn thing, because you know that right on the heels of this is going to be coming Death Stranding, Director's Cut. And this is another thing, by the way. I'm telling you right now, guys, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first on Gaming After Dark. Is that the remake of the remaster, the remake of the remaster, the remake of Last of Us is going to be a full $105 because you know what they're going to do? They're going to bundle that multiplayer mode that they were supposed to release for free on the Last of Us 2.
Right.
Okay. They didn't give it to us. They held it back. What the hell was that mode called? Anyway, I can't remember what the hell it's called. But anyways, they're going to put that bundled with that remaster, remake. And they're going to charge you a full $105 for it. Mark my words. You heard it here. Timestamp it. Do whatever you want. You know that Sony's going to do that. This is going to be some kind of a weird business practice they're going to go forward. And the only way that you can get them to stop is don't buy them. Especially that it's a slap in the face for people like myself and Noof who already paid full price for those games, can't access those features unless you spend another $50 on top of it. That is insane. That's all I'm saying. It's not about $10. You can't come out here and say, "Oh, it was just $10," because I've heard that multiple times this week. Oh, it's just $10.
You can't just spend $10 and pick it up. Yeah,
it's not $10 because you're forced to buy that DLC on top of it. That cannot be argued, and that cannot be defended.
Right. Remakes, director's cuts. They got all these remakes and all these director's cuts coming up. When was all right? So there's 2 director's cuts. When was the last time you've heard 2 director's cuts from, let's take Xbox for example? When were how far back do you have to go in history to get? Damn. Yeah, right. It's over a decade. I can't think.
I guess the closest you can come to that are the quote unquote anniversaries. The Halo Combat Evolved anniversary, Halo 2 anniversary, and Fable
I would
1
throw that in the same bundle as well. But it's just weird.
But there were no upgrades. There were remasters basically. So I mean that inherently is an upgrade. But it was they were like $30 a piece. If I remember properly.
Just the word director's cut kind of pisses me off because you're getting very minimal for that. Any director's cut that we played. Go ahead.
Well, another thing, Titan, about the anniversaries, if you think about it, though, these were anniversary editions of games that were years old.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah, we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima.
1 year old.
one year old. You know what I'm saying? So
I just bought the damn thing last summer, beat it, loved it, absolutely adored it. I adored everything about it. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for a sequel, whatever. And then when they announced PS5 features, I'm like, ooh, now I'm interested because I didn't get 100% of the game, and I'm usually like a completionist. I'll do everything 100%, but that's one of the ones that kind of got away from me. Because the new consoles came out and stuff. So I got distracted with the Series X and the PS5 and whatever else. And so I never went back and 100%ed it. So I wanted to go back and finish it 100%. But now that there's this, I'm like, no, guess what? You're going to sit uncompleted.
Oh my God, doggy dog.
I'm not going to pay that.
PlayStation fanboys have more excuses than your cheating old lady. Oh my God.
That's great. By the way, shout out to Spider-Man too. He says, Meg, stop complaining. Just get Game Pass. And I'm like, yeah, I got it. Anyways, I'll be back.
We got to start up a GoFundMe for Noof to get the Game Pass. It's going to be a really easy mark to hit. $15.
What was it? I can get 3. What was it? The 3 months right now? Is it $1?
$1. Noof, you got how many years of Game Pass and Super Chats tonight, man?
Probably tons. Yeah, but no, sorry. Oh man, but let's wait for Mag to come back here because I think it's just about that time of the night when Tony Baloney makes his gallant entrance. Oh shit, it's good stuff, man. The chat's been on fire tonight. This has been one of the most the most Yeah, aggressive, crazy ass shows in a long time. Must be when Xbot shows up or something. Everything really goes off the rails, eh?
Dude, I have no idea, man. Like I'm usually very calm, very mild, but like I guess I brought something out of everybody else, man. Let's keep it going, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home team, man. Home team.
There we go.
Piss and Vinegar podcast tonight here. Look at that. Right on time, Iceman. What's going on, Iceman? Good to see you in here, man. Greatly appreciate it. What a great chat tonight, man. You guys beat Reset the Bar every show, Noob Titan and Mag. Thanks, Infinite. You know, we try to keep every week pretty damn entertaining, and I think most of the time we're pretty successful. We'll always have some great chats afterwards too. There's some real magic with this podcast sometimes when before the show and sometimes after the show. Titan can attest to that. Like we'll have some little conversations and some shit. It's pretty funny, man. It's great stuff. But
just to let you guys know, 40 goes into 12. You said about before the show, 40 goes into 12, people.
I tell you what, guys, what we're waiting for, middle-aged game guy and Tony Baloney. Let's do the draw. Well, we got a super chat first. He's got a question for says the doctor 549 Canadian Tony B. Gonna have to check his text tonight. All right, Tony B. So whenever you get here, make sure you check your text. I guess he's got a question for you. So thanks again, doctor, for that. But let's bring up the wheel of names. We're gonna do that draw. Let's bring that up right now. Let me see what I got going on here. I gotta share this screen with you guys. Share screen. All right, just give me a second here, guys. A little new at this shit.
Don't share the wrong screen.
Yeah, don't worry.
And if you get a chance, check to see if DJ Birdo's super chat. You might have skipped it, or you know.
Oh, did I miss game? Oh, hang on. Yeah, I probably did. I think I was going to say that earlier as well. Did I miss it? Can I get to it? Yes, $5 from DJ Birdo Das DJ. I greatly apologize about that, man. Shout out to Xbox for holding down on all the pony podcasts last Friday. Crossfire. They came from my dude, but he stood his ground. Sounds like he did well, man. That's good stuff. Yes, we got to have somebody defending the Xbox Nation.
Well, dude, my whole thing is I don't yell, so I don't get into the hype that that kind of like gets thrown at me. I just prove my point, and then I sit back and let everybody else get angry. You know what I'm saying?
Do that, man. I yell when I pee sometimes. You know what I mean? So.
Freedom.
Wake the family up. It's just he's taking a piss again.
Here is the draw, guys, as promised, courtesy of Crazy Greek Dude. 6 months of Game Pass Ultimate.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Wow.
And this person's name is not on here. So here are the entrants from last week's chat. So I'm going to read the names real quick, guys. Hopefully you're here. Timothy Dixon, Spider-Man 456, Doggy Dog, Ryan Galloway, Draven Arrow, Xbots 448, Jesse Darby, Bell Airy, Crispy Rambo, Pure Flag Monkey, Casket Repair, Tony Baloney Muscle, Cerebral Paul, Monster 530, R. Rob, Cable Grant, Assassin Lupa, Crazy Greek Dude. Well, I guess he already entered it. So yeah, but Mike Mullis from the Next Level Podcast, Lethal Terminus, the Simp Army, Joe Dunmore, James 176, The Doctor, Eternal Shaddai, Back from the Dead, Alex Basha, Fuzzy Belvedere, Pong Soul, Easy Money, Crispy Bomb, Dragonheart Yobi, Gotham Guy, Royal Boyle, Fun Speculation, Blue Moon FC, Portal Player, DE, Cyber Gunter, Masshole, Iceman, Axel 1324, Johnny No Life Gaming, Albert G, Acute Perspective, Fastback, J Slayer J, Last Emperor, Chase Jones, Philly Eagle, Dart Practice, Phantom Kraken, DJ Birdo Doss, Shane Tomlin, Lady Foxfire, Emmanuel, Mr. Tushy, Shizno Elite, Dreadpool, Stu's Being Safe, Pixel Slapper, The Wise Old Gamer, and Mr. Xbot. All right, so here we go, guys. We are spinning the wheel. Let's see where it lands. Who is going to be our lucky winner?
I think it's that 448 guy.
What if they're not here in the chat today?
Oh, they
no.
Oh, it's the one they only look at. Dreadpool. Dreadpool wins.
It's the beard and hair himself.
Wow.
There you go. Good. Congratulations, Dreadpool, man. And to everybody that was in the chat last week. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Yes. And Mr. Tushy won the one from Good Morning Xbox on the weekend. So congratulations, guys. Awesome stuff. And a big thank you again to Crazy Greek Dude, who's just a fantastic not only a fantastic community member, but he comes out to a lot of the community game nights and has an absolute blast. Dreadpool is one of the nicest guys you're going to meet in this community. He's a big supporter, been supporting my podcast and content for a long time. So, when I see people like that have been very loyal and very just great people like that, I feel even better when someone like that wins it. He probably doesn't need Game Pass, but you know what? Even so, he wins it.
Dreadpool, I would call him one of the nicest guys, but he hasn't played Destiny with me yet, so I can't. I'm gonna reserve that until he goes in with Destiny 2 with Xbot 448. Like I can't say it yet. So
gotcha. All right.
Hey Noof, what is up with this community's hate of Destiny 2? By the way, you ever notice that, man? Like the community just. Yeah, I mentioned Destiny 2, and all of a sudden, like torches and get lit and pitchforks get raised, and like I gotta run to the top of the tower. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know.
I don't know. I like the game. I haven't played it in like forever, but I like the game. It certainly came a long way from where it started. I can understand more of the animosity, but it's pretty damn good now.
Oh my goodness, the story has gotten so insane.
So
really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it since it first came out.
Yo, Titan, do you remember like Destiny 1 when they talked about the darkness and
yeah.
The darkness is back. Like we're fighting the darkness right now in Destiny 2.
Darkness.
Well, speaking of darkness, he's in the dark right now, but I think he's waiting for his spotlight, and that is Tony Baloney. Where you at, Tony? You in the house, bro?
Yeah, Tony's here.
There he
is.
Guess
what? Tony's not wearing his suit today. He's wearing this. Look.
Is that fucking suspenders? Oh,
never mind. I'm wearing my Italian jersey today to celebrate the victory over the dirty Spanish bastards. So you know what? It was a fantastic victory. Let me tell you something. It was fantastic. It was nice to see all the Spaniards crying in the crowd. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it very much. I love seeing people cry. It was wonderful. Usually that only happens when I go out on a date, but hey, what can you do? Anyways, Tony Baloney's here. I got a couple things I want to say. First thing, Titan, scumbag. Listen, you're talking at the beginning of the show. You're dribbling on about Smite. You're dribbling on about semen or something. And you know what? I don't know what the fuck. What?
It's spreading.
Yeah. The semen is spreading, all right. Dribbling from your lips. Exactly. Yeah. Let me tell you something. And you know what? Xbot 448. Let me tell you something. You're not off the hook because I listen to Crossfire. Okay. And let me tell you something. Every time I hear you say that you're neutral.
King Neutral, baby.
King Neutral. King Neutral, my ass. Your name is Xbot. That's like me calling myself Pony Fucker, okay? And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, no. I'm not a PlayStation guy. My name is Pony Fucker 420, but no. I'm not a PlayStation guy. So fix your name or at least admit to what you are, okay?
Hey, Tony, you fell for the bait, Tony. That's exactly why I did
that's the bait. That's what I fell for. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Another thing. That's Nintendo Switch business that's got the mag all twisted up. Let me tell you something. This Nintendo Switch coming out, this is about the same thing as your grandmother getting a tit job, okay? What's the point? It's still you're going to have brand new tits in front of you. It's going to cost you a fortune, but guess what? Underneath all that, it's still your grandmother. It's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. And speaking of which, Axel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gaming. I heard you. I saw what you said in the chat. You said, where did Nintendo touch the mag to make him so upset? Let me tell you something. I think that the mag talking shit about Nintendo struck a nerve. I think it struck a nerve with you. And you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy a new Switch. And on Good Morning Xbox in the first week of November, I'm going to be live on the show and I'm going to smash it with a sledgehammer right in front of you. Okay? Or you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to buy you a Nintendo Switch, a new one, and I'm going to send it to your house with dick pics of myself on it. So when you turn it on, you can look at my dick in 720p. And let me tell you something, that 7-inch screen ain't large enough.
It's going to be the ugliest thing you ever saw in your life.
No, it's going to be fantastic. Anybody?
Hey, look, there's that mushroom guy from the Mario game.
Exactly. No, that's my friend. That would not be me. But here, I got a question here. Before I get started, I got a question here from the doctor. He just sent me something, and I haven't pre-read it, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, Tony B. I recently got some advice. I should probably be using a condom if my girl agrees to butt play. I was planning on doing a quick clean. Jesus Christ, this guy. I was planning on doing a quick Kleenex wipe on the tip after. That's enough, right? Any infection risks? Let me tell you something, doctor. Infection is the least of your concerns if you're going up her ass, okay? Because the first thing that's going to happen is if she had an enchilada for dinner, guess what? It's going to be all over you. So you should wear a condom, wear 2 condoms, wear some sheepskin, wear something else, and bring Clorox wipes, not Kleenex. Clorox wipes. Okay? It's unbelievable. Ridiculous question. Oh, and Axel 13246755 says something. Tony Baloney, go ahead and send that switch. All I'm going to see is you concave deflated excuse for a wiener. Oh my dear Lord. You know what? I think Axel has earned the place on Titan Drago's corner. Axel, good on you, my friend. Now, does anybody else have any questions for the Tony Baloney before I go celebrate the Italian victory over the filthy Spanish bastards?
All right, guys, now's your time. Drop some questions in the chat. Let's see it.
And by the way, ha-ha-has and funny faces are not questions.
I got a question for you, middle-aged game.
Middle-aged game guy's not here.
No, Tony Baloney, I got a question for you. Where's the most awkward place you've ever shagged a woman?
In the back of a Volkswagen.
Why is that one awkward?
Because there's no room. What are you supposed to do? German engineering. Everything is hard plastic. You try to have sex with it. It's like you get like a pain in your hip. You go do a move like this, and all of a sudden your cock is hitting the side of like the cup holder. It's ridiculous. The Germans, everything is hard with them. It's all hard. It's all like, oh, this is all hard and science and engineering. It's ridiculous. Make it soft and comfy, like a Ford Fiesta from like the 1980s. Those are nice, comfortable cars. It's like a sofa in the back. It's ridiculous. Anyways, next question.
Tony, all it took for me to shoot a load in my pants tonight was the Princess Zelda say she likes Smite. What do you think about that, man? And also, what does it take for you to shoot a load in your pants?
I just did right now. Anyways, that's all it takes. Don't forget
my avatar, eh?
Don't forget, Tony Baloney is an amateur porn star. I can come on command. Okay, just like when the directors are going like this, they go, Tony, 5, 4, 3. Guys, get the money shot ready. 2, 1, and then they bring the camera in. Done. I can just go like that. I don't need any kind of like stimulation. You can just tell me to do it. I'll do it again right now if you like. It's ridiculous.
Sound like a pro. You're an amateur. What are you, really small down there or something?
No. They call me amateur because I'm not signed on to like an actual production company. I just bang people and then I film it. They don't know that I'm filming it, but I film it nonetheless.
we better get the censorship strip ready here, guys.
No exposing a Tony Baloney. I don't need to be kicked off anything. And by the way, I just checked Twitter. I lost a follower. I wonder if that had anything to do with the first hour of this show.
Jesse Darby says, Tony, what's the worst thing your alter ego did in the hot tub?
I'd love to tell you, but Chef Trouble might have something to say.
Wow.
And the fact that my parents listen to the show. Mom, Dad, I don't do anything in that hot tub. Don't listen to anything these clowns are talking about, okay? And then no innuendos.
Stay clear of the vents.
All we do is watch Netflix and have a single alcoholic beverage. That's all we have in that hot tub. Nothing else happens in there ever.
Yo, Titan, did Tony just say he uses his parents' hot tub?
No, my hot tub. My parents listen to the show. And my dad's in his 70s, and he still listens to Tony Baloney, and he doesn't give me shit. I don't understand it. My mother's not a fan. Like once in a while, and a couple times, my grandmother listened to the show. I haven't heard from her ever since.
We got Kylo Milo in the chat trying to bring bring back a G-rated show. Tony, what's your favorite pizza topping?
Pizza topping. Roofies. Next question.
Last one. Princess Zelda. Tony, the doctor is clearly not a proctologist based on his lack of knowledge. So what kind of doctor is he?
I don't know, but you know, Princess Zelda, maybe you should give this guy a call. Maybe you should calm him. Maybe you should calm him down I mean, you already made Titan blow his load tonight. You might as well go check out the doctor. That poor bastard needs something going on. I don't know what's going on. He needs a hug. He needs a teddy bear. I don't know what he needs.
All she needs to do is put in there, I have a clean bum.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? He probably blew his load right now just hearing you say that news. Yeah, unbelievable. Well, anyways, that's enough.
Shit.
That's enough baloney for Tony for one evening. But anyways, I just want to wish everybody have a great week. And Italy Sunday is going to win that Euro Cup, and it's going to be fantastic. And guess what? When they do win, you're going to see a lot of Tony Baloney. I'm going to be filming it all downtown Toronto when I'm running around like an asshole. So it's going to be a good time, and I'll see you all next week.
Viva Italia, Tony.
That's right.
They ain't gonna win until the Vikings win the Super Bowl. Hate to tell
Shut
you.
up, Titan.
Yo, go Tampa Bay Lightning. Take that cup home, baby. 2 years in a row. Woo! Come on, one more game. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Well, let's put a wrap on this show. This has been a dynamite episode. Man, oh man, it seems like every time Xbot shows up here, this thing just gets crazy. I don't know what it is, but it's good stuff, guys. Let's get out of here again to the chat tonight, guys. You are fantastic. The people that come out to this show, man, never cease to amaze me. They're always fantastic, and they're loving every minute of it. And we love you guys. You're fantastic. So hopefully more giveaways to come in the near future as well. But anyway, let's let everybody get out of here, and let's start with our prestigious guest, the Xbox defense lawyer himself, Xbot. Let people know, man, where they can check out your channel, what's going down, all that good stuff, brother.
Nice. And Noof, it is always a blast to come on here. Hopefully next time we get back on here, maybe sooner next time. Every other week I have like this night off because my work schedule and everything. But I had an absolute blast. Mag, freaking Titan, and of course Noof. It was just a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. I am a YouTuber. I'm a small YouTuber. I got a small YouTube channel. You might want to check it out as I got a sneeze. All right, I muted myself. That was a sneeze. But yeah, you might want to check it out. It's Xbot448. It is the home of the next podcast. We are the first podcast in this community to do gameplay. And I feel we are still the best, by the way. So, but it's up to you guys to decide. So definitely.
Oh, you sure got me beat.
Yeah, dude, I swear I see it there in the back. No, never mind. That was just a little something on my screen. But no, definitely check it out. It's every Thursday, 8 p.m. on Xbot448 YouTube channel. If you want to talk to me about games, send crazy, funny stuff or whatever. I am on Twitter as well. And I keep the name the same. It is Xbot448. If you want to add me on Xbox Live and play some games, guys, which is what it's all about. Go in, play some games, have fun. Guess what? The gamer tag is Xbot448. Noof, thank you for having me on, man. I can't wait to come back already.
In due time, my friend, in due time. Hopefully we get you on for a really big show when he says, when there's lots of good, juicy topics to get into for sure. We definitely would appreciate your input on that. So fantastic stuff. Let's get to our fantastic panel. Let's start with Mag himself. Mag, let people know what is going down, where they can check out what you're doing. I know, like I said, you're keeping yourself fairly busy and all that stuff. So let people know.
Yes, well, guys, it was a great show as always. It was full of fire and spice tonight, man. That was one hell of a show. And chat, you guys are so amazing. You guys are really like a family to us. And it's just seeing the same names every week and everything else. I feel like I know all you guys personally. It's amazing. So, and Xbot, you were an awesome guest, man. So enthusiastic, so into the conversation, so in everything, and bringing that tech knowledge with you. Just what a great night all today. Titan, Noof, you guys are fucking family as well, man. And excuse me for all the F words tonight, guys. I was really feeling it. So anyways, but guys, you can follow me on Twitter at the Middle Age Game Guy. That's with a GY at the end. On the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 minus the upgrades, you can follow me at all one word, all capitals, because I don't know how to be quiet. I am the Mag. And yes, you can find me here every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Noof Nukem Titan Drago and usually a special guest on Gaming After Dark. You can find me on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. with Mr. Boomstick XL and friends on Primetime Gaming. And actually tomorrow night, you will catch me live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with none other than the Basement Radio Arcade podcast. I will be on with Brap tomorrow night, and that's going to be a hell of a show. Yeah, man. It's going to be a good show tomorrow night.
Nice.
Everybody will be there. You guys better be there. The fire is going to continue. So everybody, have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys all next week.
Yo, Meg, I see Infinite's in the
Yes.
chat. We should try to get another game of Walkabout mini golf on to go this weekend.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Any day but Sunday and Saturday day.
Yeah,
Saturday night, I'm free. Friday night, I'm free.
Yeah, I think Supersonic wanted to play too. So
Oh, cool, man. I'm down. Sunday, I can't do it. It's my daughter's birthday. And right after that is the Italy final. So I'll be very drunk all day and most likely in the
Italian
city.
baby.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be a busy day for me. But yeah, Friday, Saturday nights, I'll be home.
Friday night might work. We'll see. All right.
All right,
cool.
dude.
Let's go to Titan Drago, the man who brings a comment back to sense. Titan, who gets your comment back to sense award for tonight? And let everybody know where they can catch up with you, my fine friend.
Everything at Titan Drago, everybody. This is the one show that hardly anyone leaves until Noof actually hits the freaking button, because we got to see who my winner of the week is. And Xbot, it was great to have you on here, man. Good to have another common sense champ on the panel.
Nice.
With that said, anyone that can make me cream my pants with a super chat, I gotta give you props, and you're absolutely right. Smite is great. Princess Zelda, she can listen to Tony Baloney and not yak and keep coming back for more. So we all gotta be more like Princess Zelda and bring the common back to sense.
Yes. And you guys will want to tune into next week's show. As you've already heard, we're going to have Jesse Darby, who's obviously one of our longtime supporters, who's been in the chat and has constantly been chirping back and forth at Titan for pretty much months now. So you know what, Jesse? You're going to have your shot next week. You're in Drago's corner. It should be a good one. Looking forward to it. So we'll send you the topics and everything as we get there. I don't know for sure, guys, if I'm going to do a community game night this Saturday. I'll keep you posted. I haven't decided yet, but I'm working this Saturday. Got a lot of crap on my agenda. So like I said, anybody's welcome to take up the mantle and set it up themselves. If you ever want to, you just let us know. That's what Mr. Tushy and Animated Evil did for the UK crew. So just let me know, and I'll keep you posted, obviously, through Twitter. Again, congratulations to Dreadpool, who wins that 6-month Game Pass Ultimate, courtesy of Crazy Greek Dude. And Crazy, thank you for dropping those donations. Fantastic stuff. And you guys always know to find Noof Nukem, always in the gutter. And again, on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern, 7 Mountain Time on Good Morning Xbox. We had a Dynamite show this past week, or another one that ran about 3 hours long. Unbelievable where the time just flies. But the good stuff there. Shout out to my crew, a lot of them who are in the chat tonight, including Axel, Eternal, Shaddai. You guys are fantastic. Thanks very much, guys. So there you go, guys. Yeah, I'll be probably cruising on my bike. That is true. I may be out on that this weekend. I'm trying to get as many rides in as I can. Winter comes fast up here in Canada, man. That's right. That's the only thing that comes faster than Tony Baloney is the winters.
I was going to say Titan after the Zelda comment, but okay.
I was going to say Noof.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like, oh my
Jeez.
goodness.
Absolutely. Oh man, shit. Good stuff, guys. Great show as always. We'll see you again back here next week. Until then, take care, everybody. Have fun. Game on. We'll see you soon.
Battle Toads!